Hi, it's Scott Bradley from the NFL in My Opinion. You can check me out at NFLmyopinion.com, or you can check me out on NFL and at NFL in My Opinion on Twitter, or Facebook.com/NFL in My Opinion. You can like me there. It's time for my Week 15 picks. The Jacksonville and Atlanta game already happened, but if you follow me on Twitter, you saw that I picked Atlanta, which was obviously a good pick because they won 41-14. It wasn't even a close game. It was up. Atlanta was up 41-0 in the third quarter. But then we got tonight is Dallas at Tampa Bay, and I think Dallas is going to win this game. Tampa Bay is, if you looked at my power rankings, I have them fourth worst, and I would put them lower if possible, but the teams behind them are awful, so I can't do that. So we have to have Dallas winning this game because Tampa Bay is terrible, even though it's at Tampa Bay. Josh Freeman isn't playing any better. He's playing terrible. Dallas is coming off a heartbreaking loss against the Giants. I think that Tampa Bay loses this game to the Cowboys in probably a blowout. And then we have Carolina at Houston, and I think Houston's going to win this game. They're playing really well. Their defense is amazing. They're going to be able to stop Cam Newton, who is starting to pick up his game a little bit again. It's just, I'm a believer in Houston. Like I said last week, if you watched, if Houston wins this game, which was last week, then I think they're going to be huge Super Bowl contenders, and I really think that they have a strong chance of going to the Super Bowl once they get into the playoffs, especially if Andre Johnson stays healthy. Things could really go their way. It's going to be tough against Pittsburgh and Baltimore. I think they could take out New England because New England's got a bad pass defense, but I really like Houston. And we got the Redskins at the Giants, and this is one of the games that the Giants had that were really easy. It was this game in Miami when I made my predictions that they could possibly go 6-10, which I didn't actually believe would happen, but I said it was possible in one of my articles I wrote. And this is one of the games that's a must-win. Sure victory. If they win this game, it's going to look really good for them. They're going to have a lot of confidence going into the last 2 weeks, which one of them is against Dallas. But I think the Giants win this game. The Redskins aren't playing very well. Eli Manning is going out of his mind now. He's got 11 interceptions on the year, I believe, which is not too bad going into Week 15. Then we got Miami at Buffalo, and this one's tough because Tony Soprano just got fired. I don't know how the team's going to react to that. I know they all loved him, so I'm not quite sure how that's going to go. But I think Miami will win the game because Miami's better. Matt Moore's going to play this week, it sounds like. They don't have any losses there. J.P. Lousman, thankfully, is not going to play for Miami. And Buffalo just doesn't have it together. Fitzpatrick is playing terrible now. He got pulled a week ago. Could have been because of injury. But either way, he wasn't in part of the game because they're just bad. They're playing bad all around. And so I think Miami's going to win this game, even though it's at Buffalo. It's cold. It could be tough for Miami, but I'm still picking Miami in probably a close game. Then we got Seattle at Chicago, and this one's really tough because Seattle's really starting to turn it on. Chicago, on the other hand, is really starting to fall off the wagon, and they really need to win this game if they want a chance. And Cutler has hope that he could come back against Green Bay next week, which they need Cutler if they have any chance to beat Green Bay. But I think this is really tough, but I'm gonna go with Chicago this week because I think they're gonna put their heart and soul into this game because they know they need to win. It's a must-win game. Seattle's playing really good. Marshawn Lynch is probably gonna have a good game, but I think that Chicago's gonna win the game because they need it more. Then we got New Orleans at Minnesota, and Adrian Peterson said he's playing, but it doesn't matter. It's the Saints versus the Vikings. The Vikings defense is awful. Drew Brees and the Saints win this game in a dome. Drew Brees is going to pad his stats even more, on pace to beat Marino's record, and it's going to be a blowout. Saints are going to beat the Vikings. Then we got the Bengals at the Rams. I got the Bengals in this one. They need this one for the playoffs. The Jets are obviously a front runner in the AFC wild card race right now, and I think but the Bengals are really close in that, so they really need this win. St. Louis is playing terrible. Spagnuolo is still the head coach, which is kind of surprising in some aspects, but I still think the Bengals are going to win. The Saints got nothing to look forward to. The Bengals got a lot to look forward to. It's in St. Louis, but I still think the Bengals will win. Then we got the Titans at the Colts. Another game where they weigh team's going to win. We got a lot of those this week, it looks like. But I think the Titans are going to win. Colts are terrible. The only chance Colts have of winning is Week 17 against the Jaguars, in my opinion. And I think they could win that game, actually, with Orlovsky playing good. Orlovsky is playing pretty good for a guy who's never won a game. But Tennessee is playing with a lot of heart. Chris Johnson is running a lot better. I think Chris Johnson runs over the Colts this week. Then we got the Green Bay Packers at the Kansas City Chiefs, and I think the Packers are going to win this game. I don't even know if it's questioned. Rodgers could be up at halftime, depending on what the score is. I think the Chiefs are going to come in with a lot of enthusiasm, coming with Orton starting, most likely. And they got the 12th man going from Kansas City's got a good crowd, but I just think that it's not enough for them to be able to beat the Packers because the Packers are just way too overpowering. Then we got Detroit at Oakland, and I think Detroit wins this game on the road. Another road victory. Oakland's been outscored 80-30 in the last 2 weeks combined. Miami was the first game, and then Green Bay last week, of course. And then Detroit is coming into Oakland this week, and if Oakland can't get something turned around, it's bad for them. But this is a must-win game for both Oakland and Detroit. Detroit plays Green Bay in Week 17, so they need to win this game. So in case they lose that game, they still have a good playoff shot. I think Detroit wins this game handily against Oakland. Oakland's going to put up a fight because they know they need to win. Darren McFadden sounds like he's out for the year. Bush has been kind of sketchy the last couple weeks. I think Detroit wins this game with Megatron and Calvin Johnson. Then we got the Patriots at the Broncos, and this is the most intriguing matchup for me. Patriots got the worst defense, pass defense in the NFL. Tebow's not the best passing quarterback, but could he utilize the fact that Patriots have one of the worst pass defenses? I don't know. I think so. Patriots have the 13th best run defense. Broncos have the best run offense. So how does that compare? Broncos have a good defense. Tom Brady has an incredible arm and is throwing out of his mind right now. I'm going to go out on a limb, pick the Broncos. I said I'm going to ride the train. I'm still riding the train. This is a really, really risky game to pick. But I think that Tebow's going to be able to throw enough against the Patriots because the Patriots have a terrible pass defense. And that's the only thing lacking in Tebow's game. And so you get the run and the pass mixed together. I think the Broncos are unstoppable in this game. I think they beat the Patriots. And we got the Jets at the Eagles, and I think the Eagles are going to win this game. Eagles still have a far, far off shot of going to the playoffs, and they need to win to get there. And Vic didn't practice some this week, but he's going to play. And I think the Eagles' high-powered offense and defense is going to step it up this game against the Jets. The Jets have been they pull out some games this last couple of weeks. Last week was a really good victory for them. Sanchez I'm still not sold on Sanchez, like you all know if you've been watching my videos. And I just think that the Eagles will do too much for the Jets. But the Jets do need this game more than the Eagles do because they have a better chance to make the playoffs. So we'll see what happens this week, but I'm picking the Eagles. Then we got the Browns at the Cardinals. And the Cardinals, this isn't even a question in my mind. The Cardinals are going to win this game. Colt McCoy's not playing this week. Cardinals are playing really good football right now. If they win this game, it's going to look even better for them. Things are going to go even better. If not for the 49ers being in the division, they could be in the hunt for the playoffs. But of course, the 49ers are in that division. I think the Cardinals win this game. It's in Arizona, so that makes it even more convincing of a win. And we got Baltimore at San Diego. This is really tough for me to pick too, but I'm going to go with Baltimore. San Diego's got to realize that their chances are way too far out there to make the playoffs. But even outside of that, Baltimore needs this win, because Pittsburgh is playing San Francisco on Sunday, and they're going to be playing their hearts out. So San Francisco and Baltimore and Pittsburgh are both going to be playing hard. I think Baltimore wins this game at San Diego. I think it'll be a really tough game. I think San Diego could win. I would not be surprised at all. Both Pittsburgh and Baltimore could lose this week, but I'm picking Baltimore over San Diego. And I'm picking Pittsburgh over San Francisco, which is the Monday night matchup. It's at San Francisco. A lot of away games. This could be really bad for me this week. But I'm picking Pittsburgh over San Francisco. San Francisco proved last week that they lost to the Cardinals, and Skelton was the quarterback for most of the game, pretty much all of the game, because Cobb got hurt really early. So I think San Francisco is going to be dangerous in the playoffs, but I think Pittsburgh is too much for them to handle. Pittsburgh's defense is really good. I think it's going to be a really, really low-scoring game. I think Pittsburgh wins this game. That's it for Week 15. Again, check me out, NFLmyopinion.com. There's no blog spot anymore. Got rid of that. So all you gotta do is go to NFLmyopinion.com, or you can go to Twitter at NFLmyopinion on Twitter. You can follow me there, or Facebook.com/NFLmyopinion. Thank you very much. Have a great day, and God bless.